G'day everyone, Aaron and Miranda here. We are down at the hot yoga room and today's flow is all around Koundinyasana or our flying split. It's a challenging pose for lots of people, but today's flow is going to walk us through some progression so we can build up to this challenging pose. So we're going to start off today in a seated position, just to arrive fully, closing down the eyes and just narrowing the breath down to the nose, just allowing it to flow down into the belly and gently back out the nose again. Maybe you like to use your Ujjayi breath today by closing down the throat slightly as you breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Keep breathing here. The story of Koundinyasana is that he was the very first disciple of the Buddha. He predicted the Buddha's birth, and he's a symbol of balance and flexibility. So that's what we're aiming to cultivate today with our practice. Let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose, deep into the belly, and out through the mouth. 2 more, just like that. Nice deep breath. Out through the mouth. 1 more, in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Beautiful. I'm going to hand over to Miranda now to start our warm-ups.
Okay, let's take 1 more last full breath in together here through the nose. Open the mouth and let it out. Nice. As you next breathe in, you're going to start to travel your hands up and over your head, sitting up really nice and tall here. And then as you exhale, we're just going to send the hands out in front, tuck the chin to the chest, slide the hands forwards, and then just melt the weight of the body down. On your next breath in, you're going to shift the gaze upwards, and we're going to roll over onto our hands and knees. Aaron and I are off our mat, so we're just going to have to walk ourselves back to the center of the mat. So you're here in your tabletop position, hands and knees, cat-cow to begin with. So just tucking toes under. As you breathe in, let your belly move down. Lift the tail and the crown upwards as you look up towards the sky. And then as you breathe out, press the ground away, round the spine. Feel the shoulders protract, feel them pull away from one another. Just do 2 more like that. Find your own rhythm, find your own timing with it. Feeling into the body. Nice. 1 more. Good. And then from there, just coming now to meet with a neutral spine, you're going to bring your knees together at the back of the mat. I'm just going to move this microphone because it's annoying me. Okay, so there with the knees together at the back of the mat. For our Koundinyasana, we need to have quite a bit of glute strength to bring that leg forward. So we're going to start there. As you next breathe in, we're going to come into what we like to call, let's call it a fire hydrant. You're going to lift that right leg up towards the sky. Keep the knee bent to begin with. And just start to feel that isolation in the glute. Try to keep equal pressure through both of your hands. From there, you're going to extend out long through the leg. So lengthen through the knee. Now bend the knee, squeeze the heel in towards the butt. Keep the leg lifted. Go 2 more. Extend the leg out long. Bring the heel back into the butt. Last one, extend it long. This time we're going to hold. Keep that leg lifted and strong. We're here for 3. Keep pressing into your hands for 2. Keep breathing for 1. Good. Sweep that right leg back behind you. Take a breath in, look forwards, and now you're going to step the right foot on the outer edge of your right hand, so top of the mat. Come into an easy twist here. So that left hand anchors down as you open up and take the right hand up towards the sky. Keep pressing down through that bottom hand, and then take another breath in and another breath out. As you exhale, you're going to bring that top hand inside of your front foot and start to push the weight back now into a half Hanumanasana, so half split. We pull those front toes up towards the face and stay active through that kneecap. Good. Take 1 more breath in and 1 more breath out. From there, shift the weight back into your low lunge shape, and we're coming down to a lizard lunge now. So you might have blocks underneath your hands. You might start to lower yourself closer to the earth here, maybe down onto the forearms. You could start with a little bit of a shimmy into your hips from one side and then to the other, a little bit of a rock as you soften into the fascia, the muscles and the joints. Beautiful. From our lizard, we're going to play with a flying lizard, which is really essentially your flying splits, just without the balancing of the hands. So coming back up onto your hands, to come into your flying lizard, we're going to take this right arm underneath that right knee and take both of your hands out a little bit wider. So this is easy. The closer you drop your chest down towards the ground, the easier this will become for you. So you could stay here as you are, maybe even taking the arms out wider. If you want to add another layer to it, we start to tuck under the back toes and play with picking up through that back knee. Again, you can stay here, start to play with that balance, or perhaps you look to bind the hands behind the back, maybe holding onto the hands, maybe they just land on that lower back. Again, keep dropping your chest down low. Good, let's take a breath in and a breath out. Phew. Beautiful. We're just going to unravel now. Take both of your hands inside of your front foot. Let that back knee land down and then send the right foot back and behind you. Let's tuck the toes under, lift the hips high for a downward facing dog. Take a little bit of a pedal, some movement out through your legs here on that side. Nice. From there, dropping your knees back down to the mat. We're just going to take a moment for the wrists now. So preparing the wrists and the shoulders for that arm balance is really important. So just start here by creating a little bit of a butterfly shape with your hands. So bringing the thumbs together, anchoring them down to the mat, and you're just going to draw some circles here. So we shift the weight in one direction, pour the weight forwards to the other side and all the way back. So just nice circles and then reversing that movement. Good. From there, let's come back into center. Turn the palms forwards. Now you're going to turn the backs of the hands into the mat so that the fingers face your knees. This one can be quite a lot. We're tucking the toes under and we're going to rock the weight here backwards and forwards. If it's too intense for you, take one hand at a time and just switch each time that you shift that weight. So just starting to get a little bit of activation through all of those little stabilizing muscles through our hands and our wrists. Beautiful. How's that feeling?
Lovely.
Good. Cool. So from there, let's turn palms down, fingers forwards, and a little bit of love now for the scapula, for the shoulder blades. So we're going to start by protracting the shoulder blades. So it's like you want to push the ground away, feel your shoulder blades separate across your back, and it's as if you're trying to burst your heart through the backside of your body. From there, keeping the rest of your body still, see if you can drop the chest down and just squeeze the shoulder blades together so that they just kiss, like a first date, a little peck. Good, push the ground away, separate the shoulder blades, protract, and then retract. Let the chest come forward, squeeze the shoulders together. Let's go one more. This can be tricky to isolate if you haven't done it before, so just have a play, have a go easy on yourself. Cool, nice. Okay, from there, come back to neutral. Take those knees together again at the back of the mat. We've got a left side, another side, so we're gonna go there now. So starting with that fire hydrant, start to lift up through the left leg. Good. Lift it as high as you can. Start to feel that isolation through the glute. Get level through both hands. Keep the leg lifted. Now we're gonna extend out long through that left leg. Good. As you exhale, squeeze the heel into the butt. Keep that thigh lifted. Inhale, extend, point the toe. Exhale, squeeze it in. Last one, extend it out long. Good, we're holding. Lift the leg high. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Start to send that leg back behind you. Take a breath as you look forwards, and now you're going to step the left foot on the outer edge of your left hand. So we start with our easy twist. If you need to shimmy your back leg away, do. Take your left hand up towards the sky, peel it open, rotate through your spine. As you exhale from here, bring the left hand inside of your front foot. Shift the weight back into your monkey plank. Pull the toes up towards the face. Good. From there, let's rock the weight forwards into our low lunge. We're going to come down into our lizard now on the other side. So again, play. Maybe you stay on your hands. Maybe you start to shimmy and move here. Maybe you get a little bit closer to the ground by dropping the forearms down. If you want to come on a little adventure on the other side, we're going to play with finding that flying lizard. So starting with taking the left shoulder underneath the knee and reaching the arms out wide. The closer the chest is to the mat, the more accessible this is going to be for you. So you might stay there. You can tuck your back toes under and start to explore how it feels to lift through the back knee, starting to add a little bit more balance to the equation, and then perhaps even adding that bind with the hands behind the back. Remember, the head is the heaviest part, so keep looking forward so that the body can follow. Keep dropping the chest down. Let's take one more breath in and out. Good. Bring both of your hands inside of your front foot. We're going to step back with that left foot now for a downward facing dog. Take a little bit of a walk through your dog, a sway of your hips, a yes and a no of your head to soften your neck. And let's take a full breath in. Open your mouth side out. One more. Nice. I'm going to hand over to Aaron, and he is going to continue on.
So from our down dog, we are lowering our knees to the mat and starting with a modified push-up, just sending the head and chest forward here, halfway down, and pressing back up into downward facing dog. Shifting forward again, lower the knees down. The heels come up off the floor and we're lowering down, not quite touching, and pressing back up. The feet go down, lift it back up into downward facing dog. One more of those. Lower the knees and lower down, really tucking those elbows in and pressing back up, meeting into downward facing dog. Beautiful. From here, we're shifting down into our high plank position, so head and chest travel forward. Here comes the tricky part. We're going to step to the right with our right foot, turn the right fingers out 10 degrees. Now, this is a confusing part, but it's not that hard. We're going to try and put our belly button on top of our right elbow. It's like an elbow push-up, and press back up. Turn the right fingers inward. Step the right foot in, back to high plank. Step the left foot out. Turn the left fingers out very slightly, 10 degrees. Lower the belly button on top of the left elbow. And press back up. You might have heard that called our crocodile shape as we step back into our high plank position. Let's drop the knees, take a little child's pose just to take the pressure off the hands. So there's method to the madness here, because getting the elbow inside the hip, we could start to find a stacking or a resting of the torso on the elbow. This becomes relevant when we get to our flying split, which we're about to move into right now. So from your child's pose, sending the arms out nice and long, tucking the toes under, lifting back up into our downward facing dog. From here, this is our first entry into our flying split. On the inhale, we lift the right leg high to the sky for a three-legged dog. Tiger curl, right knee on the outside of the right hand. The right foot places up nice and high on the outside of the right hand. From here, you want the right elbow to tuck in underneath that right knee. You might even need to draw the hand so it's directly underneath the elbow. From here, we lower the left hip so that it rests on top of the left elbow, and we can start to stack our weight, lift the front and back leg, the head and chest travel forward, and we have our flying split. To get back out, left foot plants, we press back up into our three-legged dog. We can take a vinyasa here, you can take a three-legged chaturanga, shifting through into upward facing dog and back into downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's do the other side. On the next inhale, lift the left leg nice and high, three-legged dog. We tiger curl left knee and plant the left foot on the outside of the left hand. From here, the left elbow tucks in nice and deep underneath that left foot. Maybe you need to rearrange your hands just to find your most stable position. And then from here, shift the weight over into the right elbow, lift the left foot, head and chest travel forward, try to extend and straighten through that front leg, and we have our flying split. Beautiful. Maybe you're not doing the full thing yet. Maybe you're just having that front leg bent and the back toes are on the ground. This is the start. And I really can't emphasize getting that elbow in underneath that hip enough, because it just gives you that bit of support before you have enough strength to do it without it. So maybe for now, you're just dabbing that back foot, trying to start to get a float. One more go, and then let's all meet back in our downward facing dog. Beautiful. Now there's another entry into our flying split, and that is directly from our three-legged dog. Now this is a lot harder than that lizard entry, so if you want to stick to your lizard entry, we can go that again. My voice just went into prepubescent 13-year-old Aaron. Okay, on the next inhale, we're lifting the right leg high to the sky. If you want to go for this one, we tiger curl the right knee directly on top of that right elbow, lower my hip down to my left elbow, and we fly our split from there, shifting back into our three-legged dog. Beautiful. Let's take a vinyasa, so you can take a three-legged chaturanga or a two-legged one, moving up into upward facing dog, all meeting in downward facing dog. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale and lift the left leg high to the sky. Beautiful. You can either lizard step or bring that left elbow up on top of that left elbow, right hip to the right elbow, fly it for your flying split, and coming back into our three-legged dog, taking a vinyasa, all meeting in a downward facing dog. Beautiful. Now there's one more entry opportunity into that flying split, which is level 3. It's harder again. So to get there, we need to take a walk to the front of our mat, arriving between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back into our forward fold. Let's bend the knees. Coming up into our chair pose. Hands through heart center, hands out in front. Up we go into our crow. Now from crow, we can shift into our flying split from there. And back through our vinyasa. So that one is level 3. It's much harder than the first two. If that is just way too hard for now, keep practicing that first lizard variation. So keep playing with it. If you're at the end of this session now, congratulations on getting this far. We hope you enjoyed yourself. Just keep drilling those lizards now that you're warmed up. Turn them into your flying splits, and just know too that this stuff takes time. So if it feels impossible right now, don't worry. With regular, consistent practice, you will get there. Beautiful. Into chin stand. Nice. And then the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.
Namaste.
Namaste. Cool.